It's not happening.
Alright, I see where your allegiances lie.
Why is there a pause sign on Havlock?
No, I saw that. I was wondering. He's not allowed to
Because-
move this game.
Nope, I just gotta stay here.
He's paused.
If
Nope.
he moves, he gets knocked out.
Well, that's been true anyway.
That
He
is
went
not,
through all last game without getting knocked out.
That's true.
here we go.
Oh my goodness.
So did anyone happen to remember anything more about what happened between Adderley, that Dullstone thing, and because someone mentioned that the recap wasn't as complete as it could have been.
How rude.
Who said that?
I don't know.
I wasn't. I thought it was fine between Adderley and the.
There was the Dullstone stuff after the Frogman camp.
Yeah. That was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Between that,
Wow.
Between the Frogman and the Dullstone?
yeah.
I don't remember anything
All right.
happening between the.
Okay.
I mean, they told us that the Griffin Rider had gone towards Brynmelon, and
Yeah.
we took off, right?
Yeah.
When we showed up, we found the empty tankard.
Yeah.
And got attuned to the Dullstone. I mean, I don't think there was much missing.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Havlock was heading towards the back room. That's the last thing we did.
Yep.
you got a wicked echo. Is that just me?
Is that coming from me?
No, it's not just you, because I can hear it too.
Yeah, you got a wicked echo right now.
Okay, give me a second.
I am not
Do
hearing
I?
an echo, but.
I hear no echo.
Well, see, and I was getting a little bit of an echo off of Gwen.
Is that any better?
Kristen.
But yeah, I don't hear anything now.
Okay.
Now there is a speech bubble sign next to Havlock. I have a special sign. How come he gets special signs?
Because I've disconnected the mic from my new webcam that I've got,
Oh.
and that's the mute for it.
Jake, are you the owner of this Discord channel?
Yeah.
Can you delete my other two profiles? They irk me.
Oh, you don't like yellow and you don't like yellow and blue jack stars anymore?
Oh, it's time to do away with the first and second versions.
So
Take a look at Bugger.
The
I'm on my
secondary
phone right now.
clone. The
I mean,
secondary clones are
obviously, not now, but particularly irksome.
All right, let's just hope I don't accidentally kick the active profile. All right.
So that's one.
down.
Nice.
I killed an accidentally. I can see which one's
Oh,
actually
oh.
working.
Nice. Yeah. Those other jacksters could go to hell.
All right, so I gotta do work now. I'll actually start this thing. Okay. So you guys had just entered the dim world of the empty tankard.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed a very shady place. Have a spoken code with the barkeep and was allowed into the back room where we stopped. We were meeting with an old acquaintance.
Mm-hmm. All right. So walk into the. Huh?
Yep. So Marcel is a female half-orc. She is in a back room. It seems that they have some sort of private gambling game going on back there.
Mm-hmm.
And she is the dealer in a half circle with a few other people that have sat down. Yeah, barkeep informs her who you are, which you've known her from before, so
Mm-hmm.
recognizes you. But on entering, obviously everyone stops and looks and makes sure nothing,
Okay.
The fuzz hasn't arrived or anything like that.
No. Hey,
And
Marcel.
she invites you to, after greeting you, she invites you to take a seat.
Okay, I'll take a seat.
Take a seat, you Luke Skywalker.
What?
Sorry. I don't know, he said take a seat, and so it reminded me of when Mace Windu was like, take a seat.
Ah.
So what game are we playing?
I mean, I got some rule books for Star Wars RPG somewhere around. Oh, what card game in the D&D game? Got it.
Yes. I just sat down at a gambling table. What game are we playing? Sorry, I should have been more clear.
They're just playing standard blackjack.
All right, I'll play a few hands.
Okay. Yeah, the game goes pretty well. I mean, no one's really. You're not there for the gambling, so.
No, I'm just. It's just a way to start conversation.
Sure. And you had a few questions or you had some things you wanted to find out?
Yeah, I want to find out. So Marcel, what the hell happened here? I mean, I'm seeing starving people on the streets. I'm seeing well-dressed, well-to-do, fat and happy government officials. Has this been going on for a while? I mean, what's going on here?
All right. So it's getting close to summer, and so whatever had been planted in the spring should be starting on towards its blooming and what did they call it when crops are
Harvest?
ready for harvest? Right, pretty soon. At least some of the plants, not all of them, depending on the cycle of that particular plant. She will take a moment to think about it and say, well, it's been going on for about a month now. It's very unusual. Of course, previous years have always seen a plentiful harvest. I'm not sure what's happening now. There's rumors, of course, but I think it's just people misremembering the past. This is just a bad year where everyone thought all the others were perfect.
Well, what kind of rumors have you been hearing?
She says, well, they say that
Who let slip the dogs of war?
yeah. All right, so she tells you, well, there's one in particular that seems pretty popular with the common folk, that Mayor Reese sent over some soldiers into the wastes, and they brought something back with them.
What, like a blight or a plague or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's really not good. And you're saying that the local talk is that Mayor Reese caused this to happen.
Yeah, there was a cadre of soldiers that went west about a month and a half ago and never came back. Well, not never came back, sorry. Month and a half ago, and when they came back, they brought something with them, some sort of, either they were diseased themselves, brought it with them, or maybe they brought some cursed item.
So this is fairly recent that this has been happening. Interesting.
Oh yeah,
And it,
crops were
and it
doing
happened
fine up until about a month ago.
about a month ago. Okay, and this is all based on when they came back. Tara, the stove went off.
I just heard.
Okay. Huh.
Oh, they
Did
said
it?
Stroganoff. I was like, wait, what happened? Is that a character I made? I don't remember Stroganoff. Anyway,
The stove went off.
yep.
So was did this blight start in any specific place, or did it just hit all the crops at once?
Hmm. She considers that briefly and says, well, hard to say really, because I mean I don't go out in the farmlands much. Don't know if any particular farm was hit before any others, but I know it seems like the the plants that were dying in the city started in the town hall or town square in the inner city.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Is there anything else you can tell me right now? Because we're here to try and help, me and my associates.
Oh, sure. Well, about 2 weeks ago, they shut down the gates to the inner city and won't let anyone in.
Hmm. Anyone at all, or anyone without special permission?
Well, I haven't heard of anyone going in, but I suppose some people have to let in some sort of, you know, if there's any orders of supplies that they have to go through somewhere.
Okay.
But they don't let the common folk in. You know,
Gotcha.
uh, prayer services have been canceled. The there aren't any meetings held in the town square anymore. Any news from the mayor disseminated outside the walls.
Yeah, I saw the mayor out here in the outer town, so I'm guessing he's not going into the center city either.
No, that was a different city. That village was, um, you know, days walk behind. North.
Oh, okay.
That was a
Sorry.
different mayor.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so the mayor is the mayor and the city officials are in the inner city. No one's seeing them, and all their messages are being brought up by messengers.
Yep.
Interesting.
You know, in the past, they'd announced that they had something to proclaim, or there'd be announcements every month or so, and people would gather in the town square, but they won't let anyone in.
Good to know. All right. I slide her a silver for her time and for the information.
Sure.
So, thank you very much. If you come up with anything else, I'll be in town for a few days. Love to hear
All
about
right.
it.
Sure, I can get a message to you.
Thanks. I will head back out to where the rest of my group is.
Okay. Yeah, they weren't kidnapped or anything. They're all still there.
Damn it.
Right?
I mean, good. You're all still here. I was afraid brigands would have gotten all of you. All right, so here's what I found out. Found out that rumor has, and I just give them everything.
Oh, we were supposed to be listening? No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
Just kidding.
I mean, if it's not your character, I don't see why you would bother.
Yeah,
I'd be
true.
like, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea and like put me on mute and walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. Brief recap is so the rumor is that soldiers went out into the wastes, came back and brought a blight or a plague with them. The places that were hit first were seemed to have been the central city square. The inner city is now blocked off. No one is allowed in or out. At least no one's been seen going in or out. And proclamations from the city leadership that used to be done in the center square are now being brought up by messengers and delivered in other means. This has been going on for about the last month. There you have it.
Wait, say that last part one more time.
There you have it.
Nope, nope. The part right before that.
Oh. Messages from the city leadership that used to be given out as proclamations in the inner city town square are now being brought out through other means and messengers. No longer are people allowed in or out of the inner cities, and no one's seen the leadership in about a month.
Okay. Anybody else think they're dead?
I don't think they're dead. I think they're all a bunch of zombies. So they're undead.
Nice.
With their own soundtrack.
I don't know if I know what zombies are.
Okay, Gwen, you know how when you have to get up really early in the morning and you don't get to have your coffee and just kind of stumble around completely uncoordinated for about a good hour? That's like a zombie, only with the only zombies don't have a pulse and they want brain.
Oh no.
Yes.
And if you're a dyslexic zombie, you want a Brian.
Or if you're from the heartland, you want grains.
Yeah. There's lots of variety of zombies, is what we're saying.
Yes, there are. So, not quite sure what we should do at this point.
Well, let's go see if we can snoop around the inner courtyard or whatever, wherever these important people were last seen.
All right, we can do that. So we head off, head out of the bar.
Yeah, you head out of the bar and towards the inner wall. As you approach, you note that there are a couple guards there.
Mhm.
The gate itself is shut. As you approach, they tell you to halt and that no one's allowed in and to leave the area.
It's like, what's your name, man?
They look to each other, and one of them says, "My name's Earl."
Earl? Nice to meet you. I'm Havlock. Let me talk to you for a second, Earl. Me and my friends came from another town close by. They told us that there were some problems here. Me and my friends, we're here to help. We can't help, Earl, if we can't get into the inner city. You, Earl, can help us get into the inner city and help the people. And you, Earl, will be known as the man who helped stop the blight. Think of what that could do for your reputation. Think of what that could do for your coin purse, Earl. And all you have to do is take a walk that way for about 5 minutes. No effort on your part whatsoever. And I'm going to roll a persuasion.
And
He says, "Well, I do that, and then I get my ass handed to me by my sergeant."
Who's going to tell him? I'm not going to tell him, Earl. I look over at Earl's buddy and I said,
are you
think of what this could... Are you going to tell on Earl? Think of what this could do for your reputation, too. And I use persuasion on him. You could be helping so many people just by walking over there for 5 minutes.
They look at you, look at the three companions that you have. Well, we don't know who you are. You're actually going to help. Could
Yeah.
be out to make some trouble.
Earl,
All we know is no one's allowed in.
Earl, think on this for a minute, okay? I point to Gwen. See that bow she's got on her back? I point to my shoulder. See the bow I've got on my back? If we and I point to Althea and I say, see that big forcock halberd she's got right there? If we really wanted to cause trouble, you really wouldn't have seen it coming. We are here to help. I'm telling you, I'm being straight up with you. All you need to do is Let's walk over there for 5 minutes.
Wait. Hold on.
So-
What's his name with us? Grimsley?
Yeah, the dwarf Grimsley that
Oh.
was sent by the mayor of Adderley to. Well, would you have taken him to the? You think there's possibly zombies inside, so you're going to take him in, or did you want him to wait at?
I do not
Back
think
at the
there
empty
are
pack.
zombies in there. He's with
Well,
us.
someone said that there were zombies.
Okay, well, but okay, so I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, if you don't believe us, ask this guy. He's from the mayor of the last town."
So they're gonna give each other knowing looks and say, "Well, I suppose we could always take a break for a drink at at the local tavern," but and they pat their pouches and say, "They're a bit light for drinking."
Tell you what. Just as a show of good faith, as a show of camaraderie among people who guard the well-being of others, let me buy you both around. And I reach in and I pull out a couple of copper for a couple of decent drinks for these guys.
They furrow their noses at it and say, "I don't know if you know, but the drinks at the local tavern cost a bit more than that.
We just came from the local tavern.
The tavern we're gonna go to, so
Fair enough.
we're not watching the gate.
Fair enough. And
They
I'll pull out
charge a gold for their drinks.
Do they now? Okay,
Mhm.
can deal with that.
Havlock, before you pull that out, let me talk to him.
Please go ahead.
I step up in front of Havlock and we'll chat with these guys. I'm gonna, as I do step forward, I'm gonna let my corporal rank show as I come up to them.
All right.
Fellas,
Wait, do
how
we
you
flash
doing?
that bad boy?
Does
What's
what?
that?
Do we see him flash that bad boy?
You guys
don't
know. Yeah, I'm a former corporal. I just got discharged after my 4 years, and so I've got experience with the militias and the armies here.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
think we knew that. So Gwen will be very surprised.
Hey, you guys ever been out to the tower?
They look at each other, and I mean, there's towers all about the place, but so they're not entirely sure what you're referring to. Which tower?
I was just discharged after being posted at Guen's tower for 4 years. You guys ever make it out there?
No.
I'll tell you, it's a rough and tumble place. It would have been nice to have you two stalwart guards out there with me, serving on the wall. How about you just take the offered coppers and go get those drinks, and we'll take care of some business that's going to benefit all of us.
All right. So you're talking to a pair of privates, just so you know, before you pull rank, you should know what the rank of the people you're talking to are, and so they're like, well, I mean, if that's an order, sir. And they'll take the copper that.
Yes, it'll be for now.
All right, so they'll take the offered copper and then be on their way.
Havlock.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that. So, take a look at this gate. Is it barred on the outside?
No, it's not.
Okay. Is it locked?
How does there? You don't see any lock. You do note through the gap between the two sides that there is a bar on the inside.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a bar on the inside, so let me go ahead and climb this gate and get us in.
Yeah, sure. It's it's not a particularly smooth wall, so you can clamber over pretty quickly.
Okay.
You are going to note as you're climbing, you do see that there are other guards that are atop the wall itself that are patrolling.
Okay.
They're pretty far apart, so you can time it so that you can go when there's a gap and that there isn't anyone that's like just staring at the spot you're trying to climb.
Oh, that actually works.
To do that, though, you will need to do a dexterity stealth check.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. So you, I mean, it's like a passing shadow. You're just over there and on the other side, real quick.
Okay.
I imagine you unbar the gate and let
Yep.
everyone in.
I
All right.
imagine you are correct, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta make sure. You gotta know what you want to do before you do other stuff.
I'm actually gonna sit down, make a fire, roast some marshmallows.
Burn the gate down. I mean,
Tell
that's worth some
Gwen how
fast,
good
right?
these s'mores are.
From
Yeah.
through the wall? Through the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell about it. Yes, really loud. No, I'm just gonna open the gate for them.
Completely destroying that stealth check you just made. I'm gonna start yelling.
And I'm gonna light a fire.
All right. You
Those-
open the gate.
Yeah.
And everyone heads inside.
Rebar the gate behind us.
Okay. And so now that you're on the inside, so the way that the Bryn Melon is set up, it's about a fifth of the city is within the inner wall, with the rest of it being outside. So it's quite a large area still that you're inside this walled section of the city.
Okay.
Is there a map?
But no, there's no like map.
Okay.
We go here, we go there.
Okay.
It's clearly an avenue. I mean, this is why they built the gate here. So you see a street going up. You don't see many people about the area. You do see, every once in a while you'll see someone passing the street with you, but lots of shuttered windows, closed doors. Not a lot of noise in the area. And what do you want to do? What do you want to seek out or go to?
Central Square.
Okay, so you just want to find the town square and go there.
Yes,
Do you
I'm looking for
you
Sergeant
ask
Major
people-
marching up and down the square.
Do you ask people where the town square is, or do you just try to find it on there?
That would be suspicious, I think. Let's just try to find it on our own.
Fine.
Okay. It's still, even though it is a pretty sizable portion of the village, it's still not a huge village in itself. So you wander a couple streets. It takes a bit of time, but you're meandering about. Do find an area that is, it's a clearing within the structures. That could easily be a town square. You see a rather large tree that it's sort of blackened, and there's no greenery on it at all. Any leaves that it had fallen. It looks pretty dead. That dominates the central portion of this town square. Abutting it is a large building that you might think probably some sort of civic building, maybe the town hall itself. And then, of course, I was gonna just mention that there's also market stalls that surround the square that are all empty.
Okay. Looking at this tree, does the word blighted come to mind?
Yeah, that's a good description. Do you want to go up to the tree?
Can't hear you, Tyler.
I will. Althea will walk straight up to it and lay a hand on it. Not lay hands on it, but just touch it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you walk straight up to it, and as you go to touch it, you notice that there's some sort of greenish gray fuzz growing on the bark.
I hesitate and don't touch it.
All right.
What do you see?
Let me see. I'm. It's not trained, but I'm going to do a nature check.
Okay. All right. As you look at the tree and sort of, maybe take a walk around to look at it in more detail, you notice that there's this sickly black ichor that's coming off of the fuzz, sort of dripping down its trunk. And you don't think trees are supposed to do that.
As I notice Althea studying the tree, I will also go up and study the tree.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, they don't notice anything. She did really well, so there's nothing extra that she may have missed. I mean, you're welcome to try your intelligence nature check as well, but
I just
yeah, it was a like an one second. It was once an oak tree, but now is blighted, gross and sickly, with that black ichor coming off of the greenish fuzz that's grown on it.
Does this stuff look like the stuff that was in the temple?
Yes, it does. You also notice, both of you notice that near the base of the tree, where the roots are going in the ground, there's earth that had been disturbed relatively recently.
Disturbed?
Yeah.
Like shallow
What?
grave disturbed?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay,
It's not the size of a grave, but it would have that sort of look to it.
just point of interest. While they're over fondling this undead tree, I'm going to take a good many steps back and shadow into a building, in the shadow of a building, and just start keeping my eyes open for people paying too much attention to what they're doing.
Oh yeah. So you notice right away that in the larger building with sort of the facade of columns that you figure might have been the civic town square, and there's a balcony upon which stand two figures that are watching.
What do these figures look like?
One looks like a human woman, and the other is maybe an elf or half elf man.
Okay.
At this distance, not entirely easy to tell which.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the shadows as much as possible and sidle my way over there, trying to be stealthy and keep out of their line of notice.
Sure. Yeah, they're pretty focused on the tree and the Althea and Gwen.
Yeah.
So I'll fill Althea in on this ichor stuff that we've been encountering. Tell her like we saw this stuff in the wastelands. We saw it a lot in that temple. Like we even found a statue that was like, wasn't it like crying this stuff?
Yeah, and there was a pool of it that had gathered around it.
Yeah, and then when somebody touched the pool, something appeared and attacked us. Some sort of specter. Can't remember exactly what it was, but it sucked. So be careful with this shit.
I'm going to pull out a javelin and
Okay.
start basically trying to dig up whatever might have been buried in this recently disturbed earth. I'm going to start prodding around and see if there's something buried in there.
Sure. Okay. Is anyone else doing anything else?
I'm just sneaking around, waiting, trying to get, like I said,
Yeah.
trying to get closer.
Yep.
Just taking things in, looking, surveying.
So Havlock will notice that the male will head back into the building.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is still keeping an eye on things
Okay.
as Althea begins to prod at the earth. Where are you trying to get exactly?
Me?
Yeah, you're sidling around to keep them in sight, but where, like, so if you
I'm
got
trying.
under them, you wouldn't really be able to see them anymore because they're on a balcony. So I'm kind of
Right.
curious
I'm trying
where.
basically a 90-degree angle to where they are. If she's looking out, I'm assuming that
Okay.
if she's looking straight out, she's looking at Althea and Gwen, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be 90 degrees off to her, say her right.
Yeah. So she just, is less likely to see you then. Is that the
Yes.
goal? Okay.
Yes. Is less likely to see me, but I can clearly see her.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I understood what your
Yeah.
goal was so that I knew what was going on and where you were trying to place yourself. Okay. All right. So you're
How far away is that balcony from the tree?
that's about 30 feet,
Okay, so about how big is the square?
about 60 by 60,
All
with
right.
the tree being pretty much in the middle.
Okay. So I am going to, while I am prodding, use divine sense, which I popped up there a little bit ago. Um,
Yeah.
to find out what is evil or touched by evil, and where, and if there are evil creatures in the buildings. Actually, no, it's line of sight, isn't it? Let's see. End of my next turn, know the location of any.
Yeah.
It is
Not
line.
behind total.
Okay.
So not necessarily line of sight either. It can be a line of effect.
Okay, but also within the same radius, detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
I really love that one, that divine sense includes like Strahd cleanser, just it's as its example, because he's such a cool villain.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting an incredibly strong sense of evil coming off the tree, uh, as though it itself is radiating desecrated area. You don't catch anything outside of the tree the remainder of your radius.
Hmm.
Um, how could I determine? I guess would it be Arcana to see if this is something that is emanating from the tree itself or something that has been cast upon the tree?
Okay.
And
I
that's
don't know. I the thing is, it's about I do Arcana, Jake. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like recalling things about spells, and I mean, I don't know. Will Arcana do anything? I'm not sure.
You might be able to learn. You might be able to learn things from an Arcana check. Is it?
okay.
It's
Um, you
it's not.
know of an
Oh,
effect
okay. I
like
guess
this,
I don't know if it's not magical. So
but yeah, right, exactly. So
It's certainly not natural.
oh,
So
that's a low.
I'll do the check. I may or may not do well. Oh
trees,
no. No,
trees
I know
like this
nothing.
grow all over the place. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, you're not familiar with any spells like this. Uh, you know from your nature check that it's definitely not a tree that's found in nature generally, at least any nature you know of. Um, as you're prodding with the javelin, you're just coming up with roots as you prod in and sort of push dirt aside and try to dig in a little bit. You'll dig down and you'll hit something and you'll find it's a blackened root of the tree. Prod in other places, and another one, and you're not finding any objects that aren't the tree roots as you dig. And while you're doing this, you note that the doors of the civic building open, and out come a 6, would look like maybe soldiers. They're dressed in green and blue, and they've got breastplates and swords and spears. And they're heading your way.
I'm pretty absorbed. Gwen, do you notice them? Jaxar, do you notice them?
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
they
say
would
I'll
notice.
look up and around as Althea is working on this.
Yeah, you would know.
I'm
And-
pretty sure I noticed them.
and,
Yeah.
Like whack my shoulder.
Is there one that looks to be in charge?
No, not in particular. I mean, there's one that they like, as far as insignia of rank.
Yeah.
You don't notice anything different about any.
So Gwen will make sure
There,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
there's clearly one taking the lead, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's in charge.
Gwen will make sure that Grimsley is right on next to them. Be like, all right, dude,
All right.
your turn.
Okay, so they walk right up to you and sort of fan out. They're not threatening you with their spears. They just sort of hold them, upright, butt on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
One will say, "You lot, what are you doing here? Don't recognize any of you."
I'll stop prodding around and stand up and put my javelin back in place.
Especially
Wipe
him.
it off
And
first.
he points at Jaxar.
I'm gonna stealth up behind these guys.
Oh, God,
Yes, no, not sneaky. Just walk quietly.
Yeah, sure.
don't.
I'll say, state your name and rank.
Okay.
Loud.
Says Sergeant Thomas. I serve the mayor. Now, who are you?
Sergeant Thomas. Corporal Jaxar. How can I be of service?
Well, want to know what you're doing here? How you got into the city? And why you are molesting the tree?
I wouldn't say I was molesting it. Investigating. There's something seriously wrong here.
Yeah, have you seen that tree lately?
Since I'm asking the questions here, why are you here and what are you doing to the tree? And he looks at your javelin that you've been poking around with. There's some of the black ichors on the javelin, the head of it, the point.
Oh, okay, because I thought I'd wiped it off and stuck it back in.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes, I
Yep.
when I stood up, I looked at it, I wiped it off, I stuck it back in with the other ones.
Okay.
So I have no weapons in my hands.
There's definitely some of that black ichor. How did you wipe it off?
On the grass or on the ground, whatever.
Okay.
On the earth
Yeah.
around the tree.
Oddly enough, not a lot of grass in this blight,
Right.
but there's dirt,
Yeah.
and you can wipe it off there. All right.
From behind them, I go, "Excuse me, Sergeant."
He doesn't start or startle, and as he turns, he seems to take it in stride and says, "And another one. There's 3.5 of you here, and I still don't know why you're here."
I look at my partners. He can count. You must be in charge. Wow.
Havlock,
He
please.
started it. I'm just going to finish it.
Watching
Sergeant.
Thomas.
Sergeant,
Uh,
we are
Wait,
here
hold on. Three
to
and a
help.
half. 1, 2, 3,
Gwen.
4.5. Grimsley is with us.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's
Well,
right.
it's a
I always
total of 4
forget.
then.
I
'cause
forget
there's
about
Grimsley
NPCs that
tomorrow.
count. We can't count, so.
Nope, he can't count. I was wrong.
Sergeant, we are here to help if we can in any way. Can you direct me to the caretaker of this tree? I'd like to speak with him about the history of this infection.
He considers this. First, how did you get into the city center?
I look at him. I climbed the wall, unbarred the gate, let my friends in, then rebarred the gate behind us. And we walked, and I said we walked down that street, turned, took a left here, came right here, and then we're here. And I just look at him expectantly.
He taps his spear butt into the floor a couple times as he seems to think. Alright, come with me.
Where are we going?
I think you should speak to the mayor.
Oh,
I like that
good.
idea.
That's who
Wonderful.
we're here to talk to.
And he turns and he begins to travel back towards the civic building. 2 of the soldiers fall behind you, assuming that you're following him.
Sure.
Is there more sense motive? Or is that insight?
It would be like that. Yeah, it could be like an insight most of the time. Yep, that would be how to do it.
I'm just trying to gauge the intentions of this guy.
Sure.
I'll follow
I mean,
him.
he's suspicious of you. He doesn't know what you're about. He doesn't seem to think you're being entirely truthful.
The funny part is, I'm being exactly truthful.
Yeah.
And I did just tell him we're here to talk to the mayor. That is also true.
But I mean, he does his suspicions. You might have yours.
Yeah, no, technically we have not lied to him.
Yeah. You follow him through corridors in the building to lead you up to a second floor, and through a foyer into an office. At a certain point, most of the other soldiers fall away, leaving just him and the 5 of you.
Okay.
And he takes you in. Yep. Did someone say something?
Nope. Go ahead.
Leads you into an office. There's a woman sitting behind the desk. She seems to have been expecting you. You notice there's double doors leading out onto a balcony. Presumably, this is the woman that had been watching you. She looks very tired and bedraggled and a bit malnourished as well. Now that you're up, she invites you.
I just kind of stand at the other side of the desk, a little bit further back, so she can actually see me because I am short.
Sure.
And I say, Madam Mayor?
Yes, that is me.
Pleasure to meet you.
Have a seat.
I prefer to stand, otherwise my feet dangle, and that's just not dignified.
Gwen will
I just kind of,
as she takes a seat.
I just kind of, I smile at her.
I believe we can arrange an ottoman if you need.
Oh, that'd be very nice. Thank you very much.
All right.
I use persuasion to try and put her a little more at ease. Hence the cracking of the joke.
Sure.
Ooh, nice. Giving off the "we're all friends here" type vibe. Say, so, Madam Mayor, my companions and I have.
One moment, please, before you begin.
Okay.
And the sergeant leaves, closes the door behind him.
Mm-hmm.
She holds up a hand and clenches a fist. You notice a ring. It gives off a very light, fast flash of red.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
What was that?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Prying ears stops sound from leaving the room.
Gotcha.
Hold on. Well, never mind. That's probably not going to tell me much.
Are we okay?
I just wanted to see if it felt like she was telling the truth, or.
Yeah, I mean, other than being tired, she just is wary of you, but she also seems concerned about whatever you might be about to say.
Okay. So, Madam Mayor, my friends and I have, well, to the point, broken into your inner city past your quarantine because we're concerned about what's happening here, and because it's also happening in another town called Adderley, not too far from here. Actually, no. What was the name of the town? I can't remember it off the top of my head. But
Adderley, you didn't notice any blight in Adderley, actually. It's just they didn't have the food supply that they would normally get
from
Bryn
Adderley.
From Bryn Melon.
So we're concerned that this may be spreading to other areas. So, not to put too fine a point on it, but what's going on and how can we help? And I just kind of grin at her.
Mm-hmm. She says it won't happen anywhere else.
How can you be sure of that? Because you sound very sure.
She says the tree of autumn is dying, and I'm sure it's the only one.
The tree of autumn? I take it that's the one that's got the black ooze and the funky fuzz downstairs?
Aye. It is.
Apparently, that's not the only place that fuzz and that ichor has been seen. Gwen?
Mm-hmm. She seems surprised and says, "What do you mean?"
Gwen, would you care to tell her?
The wastelands, are they northwest of here?
West. You can just say west. I mean, it's west of the river, and the river runs along this city as well.
Yeah, this blight is west of the river. West of the river. That's hard to
West
say.
of the.
This blight is. We found it west of the river as well. There was a whole temple full of it.
And the temple, you said that there was a statue?
Oh, yeah. Who was it the statue of? Jacob, did we ever figure that out?
It was an old emperor.
Yeah,
it was.
Basically crying this ichor stuff.
Was he wrinkly and wearing black robes?
And it was stone colored. But the ichor was not. There's a big pool surrounding it.
Madam Mayor, about how long ago did your tree take ill?
Oh, it was about a month ago.
And did anything else noteworthy happen during that time?
She said, I want to know more about this temple. Where was it?
No,
Well, I trust you. I want to know more.
I look over at Gwen. Your show.
What do you want to know?
Where was it? What did you find in it?
I'll
Did-
give her the like my best description from what I can remember. Like it was west of what was the town we left from?
Womborn.
Yeah, it was west of Womborn. We met some creatures on the way that were also infected with this ichor, this blight. Um,
She seems to perk up a bit. Infected how?
it was coming out of their mouths, right? So we wanted to make sure that they didn't, scratch or bite us. Um, then we met another clan that had made its home in the outskirts of the town that the temple was in, and they were dealing with it as well. They basically just excommunicated anybody that got infected with it. They said it takes over in about 8 months. Is that what they said? No, not 8 months. A month. 2 months? How long was it, Jacob? I can't remember.
They didn't give you a time period.
Well, they gave me a timeline. What was the timeline they gave me?
Before you die?
Whatever. Before whatever happens with the infection.
Yeah. She says, and did anyone touch it or get injured by these creatures?
No, we managed to escape unharmed. In the temple, we found a lot more ichor. We found undead skeletons, and a lot of stuff to do with the royal family. That's what we found in the temple. A lot of graves, actually. A lot of sarcophagi.
There were tombs, not sarcophagi. Just stone tombs. Do a charisma deception check.
Oh, wrong. I am not good at this. I am not good at this.
She says, she looks at you intently and says, it's good that no one got injured because I'm sure they'd be suffering now. Or soon.
Yep.
How infectious is this ichor?
What?
How infectious is this ichor?
Oh, infectious?
Yes.
She says, well, we didn't know what we were dealing with at first. There were 200 residents in the inner wall about a month ago. Now we have 50.
Three-quarters of the population.
What have you been doing with the bodies?
We've been interring them. Well, at first we were interring them under the. Just need to double check something. We've been interring them in the catacombs under the Chapel of Trine, but then we found that only made it those that assisted worse. So now we burn them.
Direct contact with the bodies is how this is being spread.
Also, that's how it's spread. Yes.
Can I have a 30-second hold, please? I need to go take the lid. I need to go take the lid off my bread.
Sure.
That's a euphemism, by the way.
These bread euphemisms. What is going on?
I don't think it is. I think she's talking about bread.
Yeah,
Pounding the dough, taking the lid off the bread. What is going on in that house?
she's making
Kicking
homemade
dog.
sourdough. Kicking the dog, yes, and kicking the dog in the ribs. That's the real euphemism right there.
Oh my god.
Yes. I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 20 minutes
Yep.
until I have to take it out. I had to take the lid off the Dutch oven.
Dutch oven, another euphemism.
Wow.
Oh no.
No. Cast iron Dutch oven. Thank you very much.
That sounds like a more intense one. I don't know.
It's just making it worse, honey.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, no. Nice, Jack. Nice.
So wait, what?
All right.
Right.
So back in the mayor's office.
So you've been cremating the bodies more recently,
Yeah.
and has the fire been halting the spread of these spores? I'm assuming that's what's causing these is spores from the fungus and the mold. Yeah.
I mean, it's a little advanced for them. She says, well, that's the thing of it. If we get to them soon enough, yes. But if we try to burn the bodies too late, it only makes things worse. And it expands at a rapid pace. It's been a truly horrifying last few weeks.
So why do you think that this cannot spread elsewhere?
You've been mostly honest with me, so I suppose I could tell you. It says, west of the river, there's an old fortification from the Menic Empire. We kept it a secret for a long time because there was a tree there that was twinned with ours. Every spring, we would send men over in boats to cross the river and retrieve some of the tree seedlings from the winter growth. We would come back and plant them here. And then in the autumn, we would take seeds from our tree, the tree of autumn, to the tree of spring there and plant them. Something went wrong this time, and when we planted them, the tree decayed and began to die.
When you planted the seeds from the other tree here, or when you planted the seeds from this tree over there?
The other tree here.
Had they noticed anything wrong when they were there gathering the acorns from that tree?
Well, normally it goes without incident, but this time quite a few of the soldiers have died in the journey. We didn't think that there was anything wrong with the tree itself, but we lost 3 men of the dozen that went.
And did you lose them to this disease?
No, they were killed by some creature that had taken residence in the tower of this fortification. Some plant creature.
Plant creature.
I'm not sure, but it seems now, in hindsight, that it must be related.
Would that we had a druid.
Well, we have fire.
What's better than a druid? Fire, obviously.
For their knowledge of the natural, for their knowledge of plants and
Right.
I've got some knowledge of natural. Gwen will take offense.
as do I, madam. But
Don't call
what
me
did
madam.
Griffin used to do?
Yes, unclench for a second. It's going to be okay.
I have a player that sometimes joins games that if they find out someone's hiding in like the forest or the woods, he just suggests burning it all down.
Oh,
wow.
is that Griffin?
Yeah.
Oh god. Every time. Griffin does not like forests. He's just like, set them on fire. It's a solution for everything.
Wow. He must not like furniture.
See, and first it seemed fine, but a few days after planting this new seeds, the bark of the tree began to exhibit a strange fungus. We attempted to clean it off and kill it, but the master of the tree was one of the first infected to fall. As he, of course, was the one caring for it. Over time, more and more people were blighted, began to go mad and try to attack other citizens.
Why don't you? Oh, so they've actually been attacking each other. Even better. So why don't you just burn the tree down?
Say that again.
Apparently, the people of this town, as they succumb to the blight, start attacking each other. See, zombies. I told you.
All right. That's good to know.
He says, well, I suppose there's some part of us that still holds out hope that it can be saved.
Madam Mayor, you have a blighted fungus factory growing in your central courtyard. You've already told us that if you wait too long, fire only makes this worse. Has any
Excuse
bless
me.
you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Has any other type of element or energy worked against this thing? Have you tried getting a cleric in here or someone who has a more holy bent to their power? Anything like that?
Well, the ordained ministers were some of the first to fall prey to the infection as well. It seemed best to just lock everyone out. Well,
and wait till everybody inside died. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just trying to get a grip on the logic path here.
Well, Havlock, it's not her fault she didn't know there was a cure.
No, I understand that. I'm not placing blame. So, Madam Mayor, I am not placing blame. I am trying to understand the logic path that you took with the information you had so that we can hopefully help. Gwen, in the temple that you and your team were in before we found this lichened blight, were you able to destroy that blight or did you just GTFO and come back?
Oh, we got the fuck out. We
Okay.
weren't able to do anything about it, but that clan that was living in the city surrounds the temple. They said there's a cure.
Okay.
she is very excited about that.
Did they happen to say what the cure was?
Jacob, you're gonna have to help me. You said
They
it's
drew
some sort of flower?
they yeah, they drew a plant on the slate and just pointed you west.
And I took a
These
picture of
these
it with my
creatures
iPhone.
just to help out a bit. These creatures that she met didn't speak, so they had to
Okay.
write and communicate via the written word.
Okay.
But
And
I am a ranger, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to recognize the plant flower thing when I see it.
well, apparently all you need to do is access the memory on your iPhone.
Yes.
What?
Didn't think I heard that part, did you?
No, Jacob didn't hear it. You were like, they drew a picture on a slate, and I was like, and I took a picture with my iPhone.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So,
So yeah, but hearing that there's a cure, I sent messages, but to the Duke, but I fear that by the time anything can be done from his seed power, it'll be too late. I don't think. Would you be willing to possibly go there yourselves?
Possibly. Madam Mayor, how many of the 50 remaining within the inner walls are infected?
She swallows and says, less than a handful.
Madam Mayor, are you infected?
She nods slowly.
Okay. Okay.
Gwen will stand up and say, we'll do it.
She thanks you and can't profess enough gratitude that you're willing to go there.
Will you provide us with um, boats and equipment and boatsmen to take us across the river?
We have our store of boats that we keep hidden near the river. We don't have provisions, unfortunately, but we can get you there.
I think we're reasonably well provisioned from the mayor of the previous town that we were in, the gentleman who sent us to speak with you.
Mm.
What was his name? Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Yep, Mayor
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes, Mayor
Good
Johnson.
friend.
I am sure that if he understood your plight, he would be less tetchy about not being able to obtain food from you as he has in the past.
Yes, it's been a very difficult time for everyone.
Madam Mayor, if you could do one more thing for us, and this is actually a very small thing. Communicate to your guards that we need to have free passage in and out of the central city, just us, so that we can efficiently move around to help with this.
She takes some parchment out, writes some message on it, and stamps it,
Okay.
and hands it over. And it basically states that the the 5 of you have free pass into the inner city.
Okay.
By order of the mayor.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
I do think Grimsley should either stay here or head back.
He says, I'm not going to the waste.
Madam Mayor, would you be so kind as to send one soldier or two for escort? Grimsley, I know, is extremely concerned about his safety on the road, as was Mayor Johnson. But he is the mayor's man there, and will bear the message of what is going on here, and that we are going to continue on in search of a proper resolution.
She will write out another order and she tells you that she doesn't want to send any of the guards from the inner city, just because of the nature of while she says that there's only a handful of infected, there's always those in the zombie movies that never tell when they're, bitten. So it's that sort of mentality of, well, we don't know if there's someone here that's infected and hasn't told anyone. So
completely understandable. I think there are 2 privates in the outer city. They were, well, they were persuaded to leave their posts so that we could make our entry here.
Gwen is gonna facepalm.
I was gonna close my eyes and shake my head.
she says, I see.
Pay no attention to the dark wrapped mummy. She's lost her mind.
Those guys are dead.
We will we will deal with them and their
No.
insubordination.
Send them on this errand.
As a sort of lesson to them.
Yes.
But once we find them, we will make sure that they have the proper discipline.
They can be found at thus and such tavern.
Oh my god. Paladins!
Oh, God!
Paladins!
All right.
I just look over at Althea and slap her in the thigh. You shut the hell up.
You thought I
Gonna
wasn't
trust
paying
me
attention.
again.
Okay. Anything else? While you're talking there?
No, I think we've done enough damage for one day.
All right.
It's poor families.
Madam
Yeah.
Mayor, how long do you think you have?
She says, maybe a week.
Well then, we best get to it.
We will make all haste.
Okay. And I presume then you are leaving now?
Yeah.
All right. She has a little light red ring flash, and there's a sort of audible little pop in the air. And she calls for Sergeant Thomas, who re-enters and escorts you out of the building.
Okay.
And out to following. He's asking your directions to which gate you came through to get into the inner city.
Havlock?
Hmm.
Which gate did we come through?
I don't recall. I got turned around. I kind of smile sweetly up at the sergeant. But we need to go out the west side, please. And I hand him the writ.
Sure. Of course. He reads it quickly and then, all right, I'll take you to one of the other gates then.
Thank
And
you.
he leads you out and unbars the gate there, opens it up, and lets you out.
Thank you very much.
The 2 guards at this gate are a bit startled that everyone's coming out, but obviously seem like everything's on the up and up for them.
Mhm.
The sergeant will close the gates and rebar it.
Okay.
Are we on the west side?
Yep.
Okay, I stop for a second and I go, Althea, a moment of your time, please. We don't.
Oh, and he gives you real quick.
Yeah.
He also gives you directions to Corporal Danson out in one of the outer posts that'll assist you with the boats and the
Thank you.
getting you to the other side of the river.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. After he leaves, I turn to Althea. I say, Althea, come down here for a second.
Yes.
I go, we don't turn in people we deal with. We don't do that. It's dishonorable. You should know better. And I walk away from her.
Gwen will lightly tap her on the shoulder. It's fine. Sometimes paladins just don't know better. she'll follow Havlock.
They were being dishonorable, demanding gold for beverages.
Boats.
To the boats.
All right.
Bread.
Pardon?
Right.
She's going for a bread. I'm going for a beer. Be right back.
Bread and beer.
I mean, I think if you wait long enough, doesn't bread become beer?
Oh,
I don't know
God.
how it works.
Oh, hey Jacob, just in case anything happens to us, Gwen left a sketch of the plant on the mayor's desk.
Print out from your iPhone?
Yep.
I'm surprised there isn't a printer like attachment. There's probably one, isn't there? For iPhone.
Probably, but I don't have it.
Do you remember the printer for the Nintendo's Game Boy?
No, there was a printer for the Game Boy?
Yeah. Game Boy had all kinds of attachments and accessories.
I remember the cable that let you trade Pokemon. That was legit.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the shit at the time.
Yeah. What's happening?
Trade
Oh,
complete.
yeah.
Good times. Oh yeah, I have to go back through and repick my languages. It's a good thing none of that has come up yet. I feel like I picked a couple of weird ones, because, like, I have my favorite enemy, right?
Yeah, I feel like you picked like the Underdark language, Undercommon. I don't know why I believe that, but I do.
Yeah, I definitely picked. I feel like I picked a weird favorite enemy, which led to a weird language.
Aberration.
My favorite enemy was aberration.
Yeah.
Is that written down somewhere? Where is that?
In my memory.
Oh, okay. What are aberrations?
Anything that isn't quite natural, like mind flayers are aberrations, aboleths. Let's see what else. Flumps. Flumps are aberration.
Oh, why can't I? Oh no. Okay.
Game Boy printer?
Oh God. Oh no, I can't see what. What is it?
What?
I'm struggling. Hold on. I'm still on the struggle bus.
You're back on it. Yeah, back on it. I was on the struggle bus with Michael that one time. That wasn't a good day.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't even. I can't. Aha. Oh wait. Oh, sorry.
Deep sea fangly fish, those are aberrations.
Okay.
Ah, damn it. No, I forgot. Oh well.
Okay. Tara's back.
Paul's back too.
Oh, okay. It's like it takes longer to get a beer
Oh,
than
wait,
it does
no,
to
he's
finish
not.
bread.
Sorry, he got up and walked away.
And
Actually, he got us both beers. I'm just not sure what it is exactly that he's drinking. I know that I'm having Dragon's Milk Special Reserve Stout aged in rum barrels with vanilla and coconut.
Wow,
Yes,
that sounds intense.
yes, tasty nami stuff. We are very fond of our really good beers. Kind of spendy beers, but you know,
Fancy beers.
fancy beers. Yes.
Hot in this room. Okay. All right. So, what do you guys do? Cool.
Paul will be back in a minute.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, sorry.
For some reason, I thought he was back.
He was, and then he had to step away again. So
Oh, all right.
he just walked back in, holding his nuts. He's got a bowl of nuts. Yes, I did. Yes, I had to clarify.
Man can't walk around holding his nuts without someone having to explain to everybody else. Oh my God.
Love my husband.
I mean, you would think that you would be able to do that in your own home, if nowhere else.
This coming from the guy who's putting up handy boys in group chat
Hey,
with STDs, no less.
wait, whoa, whoa. What?
It's right there.
Those are Game Boys. What are you talking about?
It says handy boy and it's got an STD on it.
It's not. Oh, it does.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Y'all need to catch up. I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
Alright, this is not appropriate for all audiences, so I'm gonna navigate away.
Okay. I'm going to add some wholesome, just so that
Not
you
that
can
my
actually
language is
see
exactly
what I'm.
appropriate for all
That
audiences
that
either.
that
That's
is
right.
sour bread.
That's right. I forgot you're streaming this, aren't you?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
There's
Good
a lovely
comment.
picture of my sourdough bread
Here's
in
the earth.
oven.
Boats!
All right.
To the boats.
To the boats.
To the boat, to the boat, to the boat, boat, boat.
See, and here I am going to the ship, to the ship, to the ship from Peter Pan.
Nice.
Okay. Well, if you want to do that, you gotta direct the group because they want to go to the boat.
All right. So I goes, folks, before we head out, I need to go back to town to do some reprovisioning. There's like another contact I saw that I need to talk to real quick. This won't take too long.
Okay.
I thought we had enough provisions from the gentleman who provisioned us in the last town.
This contact of mine can be helpful. Trust me.
Yeah, you can't see her expression because, mommy.
Right.
How about you guys go find your contact? Jaxar and I will go prepare the boats.
That'll work by me.
Oh, okay. So the pair of you head off back to the empty tankard while Jackson and Gwen go to see that corporal and get the boat.
Yep, we are Scooby-Dooing this thing.
All right.
Are you sure
both-
you want me with you, Havlock?
Yes, we did, which means somebody's gonna die.
Oh no! That was my idea!
Oh no.
Yes, it was. Yes, you
In
do.
town,
Havlock,
So,
are you sure you want me with you after that last little incident? And yes, her voice is dripping with sarcasm.
Am I sure? No. Do I have a choice? Also no. Come on.
all right, Corporal Danson is pretty agreeable. He reads the missive, seems to confirm with himself that it is from the mayor, and then will begin to assist the pair of you with a boat. He says one should be enough for 4 people. The water line where the boats are, or where the boats are along the water line, is a bit south of the village itself, away from some of the buildings. So obviously they wanted to keep it as much a secret as could be. But yeah, he prepares, pulls the boat into the water for you, and sort of like, all right, well, you're set, and heads back. Back at the empty tankard. Yeah, you enter, and same sour-looking people from before. Barkeep sees you just earlier today and goes, "Want to see Marcel again?" And he begins to come out from behind the bar to take you
Nope.
to the back.
Nope. Here to see someone else. It's all good.
Oh, all right.
Head over to one of the tables where I see this rather large-looking guy wearing kind of almost steampunkish styled armor sitting there. Well, it's got gears all over it, for one thing. And
Okay.
he's got close cropped blonde hair. Havlock sits down and he goes, Johnny, how you been? Johnny looks over at him. Haven't seen you in a dog's age. What are you doing? Let me introduce my friend, well, my companion. He gestures over towards Althea. He says, Althea.
She cocks her head at Havlock. Really?
What? Fine. She is my friend. I'm just giving her a hard time because she told on some context a little while ago without knowing what was going on. So Johnny, this is my friend Althea. Althea, this is an old business associate of mine and good friend Johnny Glory.
Pleased to meet you. And I nod.
Nice to meet you. Have a seat. Want a beer?
She startles. Straight up startles. Thank you. She sits.
Outstanding. Barkeep, another round. 2 for my friends here. He flips the barkeep a coin from across the room, flips a silver, and says, "Give me your best beer." I know it's not much, but you get what you can around here. What can I do for you, Havlock? I need a favor. He looks kind of warily. What? I took a gig, and it's going south for me. I'm a liability to this team.
You are not.
Shush, the adults are talking. I'm a liability.
Excuse you?
You'll be fine. I'm a liability to this team. I need somebody to look after these folks, keep them healthy, keep them whole.
Where are you going?
Where I'm not going to die, and where I won't be a burden on the rest of you.
You're not a burden.
This is my friend Johnny. He will take care of you. He's a cleric. He can do what I can't. You don't need me. You've got Gwen. She can handle the long range stuff. That's what I'm good at. It's okay.
I got into this because of you.
I know, and I'm sorry for that. You're gonna be okay. Don't make this any more difficult. Don't make a thing of it. Just accept it. Learn from one of the best. He claps Johnny on the pauldron. Look, learn from one of the best, and you'll be fine. When you're done, come back to where we met. We'll link up again and move forward. You don't need me. You need somebody who's got some holy juice to him.
Because I don't have enough.
Johnny looks at you, and he's just sheathed in this very dim red glow. He goes, "Darling, I'm good. Trust me on this one. If Havlock says you need me, then you need me. I trust this boy with my life. I have trusted this boy with my life."
That doesn't necessarily engender the greatest of confidence. Seeing as how Havlock is now abandoning me, the job that he got me in the first place.
You're gonna be
See how I'm having
fine.
difficulty with this?
I understand where you're coming from, darling. I do. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna take care of you and your friend. Trust me. Trust in Havlock's understanding of the situation, how he can read a scene. If he says he can't hack it and he says that you need somebody else who can, just go with it.
She's just very steadily staring, or the obscured face is staring steadily at this person, this Johnny person.
You think you can unsettle me? That's not going to happen. I'm not here to cause a fuss. He came to me with you for a reason.
She turns to Havlock. Where are you going?
I'm going to go back, report in, let him know what's going on. And then I'm going to find some place to crawl into a bottle. Okay, I'm not comfortable with this. But I'm going to get you all killed. And that's the end of it.
I think you underestimate yourself.
Not in this. So I will see you when this is all over. If you still want to talk, you know where I'll be.
Not here, presumably.
Oh hell no! I'm not staying in this rat hole. Looks over at the bartender. No offense, man. Me.
No, the rat hole is down the street.
They'll say over the bartender. Actually, someplace worse than this.
Wow, that was nice.
The rat hole is down.
Paladin.
Yeah.
Or that's the name of the tavern, isn't it? So sorry.
Havlock looks over at the bartender. She's precious. I will give you my portion of the bounty, okay? It's the best I can do. You're gonna be fine. Trust Johnny. He will keep you alive. He won't get bitten in half by a snake. I guarantee it. Johnny says, "What?" Snake temple bad nightmares. I gotta go. And he looks over at you and he puts a hand on Althea on her shoulder and says, "You're gonna be okay. You know where to find me when this is all over. Johnny, I owe you big on this one. Keep my friend, keep my team alive. You're looking for Jaxar, and you're looking for Gwen. He's a demony looking cuss who can cast spells, and she's a elf who shoots a bow that roots people to the ground." He says, "Oh, okay. And I got somebody here who's got a big stick with a knife on it. We can make this work." And he claps his hands, and you hear this big thundering boom as he claps his hands. "We can make this work."
Althea just kind of cocks her head. She lifts her face high enough for Johnny to actually see her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And they are glowing topaz gold.
Wow, those are pretty. I have never seen eyes quite that pretty in my entire life.
Not my father's opinion.
Well, everyone's got an opinion, just like everyone's got an asshole. Most of them stink, and I don't pay attention to them.
Wow.
Sorry, language.
All right, Havlock, please take care of yourself.
Oh, he's gone.
And so I turned around to say that and go,
Yeah,
Um,
he skinned out.
Johnny,
Yeah.
Jaxar and Gwen are waiting at the boats. You don't by any chance have any seamanship?
That's kind of a personal question. No, I do not know how to pilot a boat.
Okay.
But it looks at your armor. I can help with. And he taps your pauldron. I can help with that. Smith by trade,
Oh. Okay.
cleric by the grace of my God. And when he says that, he sounds very possessed of my God.
And your god is?
The Remaker.
The Remaker?
Mm-hmm. He who is the enemy of all things broken and disassembled.
Okay.
The Manifest.
Ah.
The maker of all things.
Ah.
He's just it's like you almost see him get up on a soapbox.
Oh, damn it. Of course the off rolls the crit. Do I know who that is?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a short blurb about him. Well, just what he's named and what his domain is.
Ah. And my god is the shield.
Well, Althea, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, I wish it could have been under other circumstances, but if Havlock vouches for you, then well, I don't exactly have a choice in whether or not I trust you. My friends are waiting. Shall we go?
Well, darling, let's head out. And he leaves another silver on the bar, and he says, as they're walking out the door, he claps you on the shoulder and says, it's said that the Manifest and the Shield, they created that race called the Warforged. Isn't that something? Our two gods working together to create another sentient race of machines. That's just fantastic.
All right, I think we'll get along.
I'm glad.
Do you have enough provisions for a week?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right. So we head towards the
river and the boats.
Yes.
Okay.
Where Jaxar has been teaching Gwen how to sail.
A boat. It's not a sailboat. It's more like a rowboat.
Well, whatever.
But yeah.
Row. Handle whatever vessel it is they need to use.
All right.
Okay, so can you switch my control from remove Havlock from the board and put up Johnny, please?
Oh, is that why Havlock had the little pause bar?
No.
Because you're gonna put a
No.
pause on Havlock.
Yes, that's exactly why. If it makes you happy.
Okay. Corporal Danton takes you both down to the boats. When you tell him who you are, he goes, "I thought one of you was a halfling." And he shrugs and goes, "Anyways, follow me."
I traded up.
Yeah, so you meet the other two on the shoreline. They've got a rowboat in the water, and they appear to be pretending to row on the land.
This is going to go really well.
Who are you? Where's Havlock?
Havlock decided to tap out. This is Johnny Glory. He is a
Johnny
contact of
Glory?
Havlock's.
He steps up, puts a hand out. He says, "Johnny, Blaze of Glory, nice to meet you."
Gwen is
That's
just
your
gonna
middle
kinda look
name?
at him,
Okay, what's standing in front of you is 6 foot 4 inches, 225 pounds of grinning, short cropped, blonde haired cleric. He's got a mace on one hip, a sword on a spear, and a shield on his back. If you want to put it to more modern terms, he looks like he stepped out of a steampunk novel because he's covered in emblems of gears and machinery. And around his neck is this rather large gear-shaped medallion that's got an anvil superimposed on the front of it.
huh.
It says, "Pleasure to meet you. You
Hav-
must be Gwen.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Now they call me Johnny. Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
and that's Jaxar.
"Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, sir. How are you today?"
I do not know. I'm fairly certain I have no idea what religion that is. Hey, Jacob, do I recognize any of that shit?
Nope.
I mean,
No,
that makes sense.
no. I
I'm a
mean,
ranger.
you
Machinery
know,
doesn't make any
you
sense to
you
me.
do actually. You do actually. The manifest is a major deity, so
Okay.
you would know. It's one of the major five.
Ah, gotcha.
Um, don't forget you get one of those three languages as well
That's right.
for the setting. So just looking at just taking a gander at your character sheet, I noticed that earlier.
Mm.
Whenever you were, I think I looked at it like at 1:30 today.
That's right.
Like a half hour before we started.
What are the languages? What's one of the odd ones?
There's Almani, which is the old Empire language. It's
Mm-hmm.
used in the military and historical documents because like old documents from history, not historical documents.
I'm
There's
proficient
Kopesh.
in Almani.
Okay.
There's Kopesh, which is the language of the South. It's sort of a mix from the elf language and the human language.
Okay.
And then the last is Breton, which is the language that they used before the Empire came in and conquered them. Think of it like Old English. The nobles will know it, and a lot of the legal documents will be drawn up in it, just
Okay.
because that's
How
what
do you
language they used.
how do you spell that?
Pretton.
Okay, that's the language he knows.
All right. Yeah, it's kind
Because
of like a Britain,
right.
Breton, the old Breton language. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that he would know then, aside from
Okay.
common and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, while Danson is guiding you to the boats, he describes the route to where this fortress is that the winter tree or the tree of spring is. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get there, because obviously you need to know.
Okay. So Havlock gave me some basic overview of what's going on. Very brief. What's going on?
Well, there's something wrong with the inside of the city. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to find the cure.
Oh, you actually made it into the inner city. I am impressed. I've been here for a week on the behest of my order, trying to get access to the inner city because I understand that's where the problems were coming from. Have
And
not been able to get past those dang gates.
Well,
and
actually, we had
you can
Havlock to thank to that. Thank for that.
yes, exactly. And that is, do you have any kind of ability to be stealthy?
He looks down at his chainmail armor. I could take my armor off.
Get in the boat.
There we go.
Is this boat going to hold all four of us now that we're
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
4
decent
plus
long
instead of 3.5?
boat. It's a decent rowboat. It's not. They're not giving you like a rickety one-man rowboat and going. You could fit 4 people in there. They want you to succeed. They're not giving you shit equipment.
Okay.
Oh, just point of interest. Next time Althea checks her equipment, she'll notice that she has the writs that Havlock had. He slipped them onto you before he left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So how do
So
I
you.
get those? Say
Oh, I
writs
guess I should
from
review.
writs from. What's the name of this town again? Oh, this is Bryn Melon.
No, it's Adderley.
Oh, this is at Adderley.
Mm-hmm. Judging by the recap, this is Adderley.
Okay.
This is Bryn Melon.
Bryn Melon.
I am
this
so
is Bryn Melon.
confused.
The last town was Adderley, I think.
Yep.
Okay, that's not what I got from the recap, but okay, I'm good.
I mean, this is why I asked for Reddits and what's going on, because I don't know I don't know how to write.
That's
Anyways,
bullshit. It's bullshit.
so you slip.
Going to the
slip
Wayback Machine, the back room of the Shady Tavern in Adderley.
Yeah, see, that's why you need to edit stuff, because obviously.
So is this Adderley or Bryn Melon?
Yes.
Oh, we left Adderley and then got to Bryn Melon.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I have added them to my inventory.
We are in Burned Melon then.
Yeah, the burned melon, fitting for their terrible. Oh, that is a horrible boat accident.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We're
That's
gonna
our boat
die.
now that we traded our 70-pound half human to a 240-pound chainmail wearer.
I feel like I'm
You
being
push
judged
off
here.
and row across the water. No, see, it's a river, and there's not like a tentacle monster that grabs you and drags you under.
Well, that's good.
You
Goodness.
you land on the other shore,
Okay, because I would hate for that to happen again.
jump out and pull the boat up.
Okay.
Here the lands are blackened and dead,
Boo.
but you see in the distance spots of like like a copse of trees. Far west you can see a mountain range, which would have been visible from the other side as well. But
do we
yeah.
see the fortress where the spring tree is?
Based on Danson's directions, it's a couple miles. So but based on what he told you to do once you got to this side, you can get there pretty easily.
Wait, why are we going to the fortress?
No, I just want to know if we can see it so that we can skirt it well. I'd like to see if we can get a visual on whatever that creature is that has taken up residence there, but I do not wish to go inside and engage with it.
Okay. Yeah. So if you follow his directions, you can get close enough to and get a spot on it. Yeah, that's easy enough to do.
Okay. Like throw several rocks at it until whatever it is pokes its head out.
No, don't do that.
What do we? Excuse me, Miss. What are we trying to accomplish?
Well, let me give you a description of what you're looking at before you start chucking rocks.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
as you get closer, you notice there's a chasm that separates the side you're on from the described old fortress. What you can see on the other side of the chasm is a structure that's sort of jutting out from the rock. There's a tower that goes up. From what you can see, there's a sort of a ledge right up where the structure is, that you would presumably stand on and be next to the structure, as well as a collapsed wall leading in to a darkened interior. And then upwards from that is a tower that is just choked with vines and blooming vines wrapping around this tower all the way to the top crenellations.
Blooming vines. Blooming with what?
They're blooming with little white flowers.
So, is
re-
there a
the
way?
re-
Is there an obvious way across this chasm?
Yes.
Okay.
The chasm itself looks to be roughly 60 to 80 feet deep, depending on where you fall. No, just I shouldn't say fall. Though.
Between 6 and 80 feet. That's what I heard.
60 and 80.
Okay, I'm about to say that's a major difference.
A bridge, a thin bridge has been set up that goes from where you are on your side of the chasm to directly to this ledge that would give you, entrance into the structure.
How sound does this bridge look?
Pretty sound. It's not like you don't see fraying ropes. There's no missing slats. It actually looks like it's been kept in good repair. Presumably, the soldiers that they send every 6 months or so would be keeping it in good shape so that they could cross.
Okay.
How far would we have to go out of our way to skirt the chasm and the fortress entirely?
It goes north and south as far as you can see. But, I mean, it's hard to tell exactly where you might be able to go around, whether it's a couple miles or a couple days walk.
Okay, so we have to cross the chasm to keep going west?
Well, yes.
Or
'cause we
go
have to
around, but
continue
you
west.
just don't know how long.
All right,
And we
don't have time. Let's just go.
Yeah, we have a week.
We have less than a week. We have 3 days to get there and 3 days to get back. All right. Be on your
With
guard.
1 day of messing around.
Can we see? And she's got a week, and we'd get back in 6 days. We might be able to save her.
Sure.
In looking.
Oh, let me just give before I forget, Kristen, just because I doubt, or I'm not sure if you remember, but those creatures that told you to get the plant told you to come back to them so that they could prepare the cure.
Definitely didn't remember that.
Yep, that's probably good to know.
Yeah. Good point to know.
Good God.
Okay.
We're gonna have to.
Yep, we gotta go. Let's go.
Okay. Follow me. I unship my shield, brace it in front of me, and start walking across the chasm on the rope bridge.
Gwen will take out her bow and knock an arrow, but also, 1 second, I will be right back. I gotta run to the restroom.
Okay.
All right. The bridge, creaks and sways as you cross it, but there's no, you don't step on a plank and it doesn't, snap under you or anything like that. You're able to cross, but
And no one takes pot shots at us?
Yep, there's definitely moments where you're like, I don't know about this, but it holds and you're good all the way through.
Outstanding.
And yet no one takes pot shots at you. You can see that there is a ballista on top of the tower, but it's not. No one jumps up and turns it in your direction or anything like that.
I'm good with that because I don't think I could handle a ballista bolt.
Well, maybe now you can.
Now I could, yeah.
Good.
Don't know that I'd want to, but I could.
Just out of curiosity, doing a nature check to see what the flowers, what those vining flowers are, and I know nothing.
Flowers are pretty.
They're pretty flowers. Yes, I'm about to say the same thing.
They're healthy. Can I roll perception to see if there's any of that fungus or ichor anywhere?
You don't notice any.
Oh, fuck. No, I really don't.
Even without rolling, you didn't notice any. Whenever you roll for perception, if you roll lower than your normal passive perception, I just give you your passive because you're not gonna I don't know. The roll seems kind of cheap if you roll lower than that. Because obviously you
sense.
would have noticed whatever your passive perception was before you tried to roll.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're waiting for Kristen to come back.
I'm back.
Welcome
Yay.
back. We missed you.
Oh, shucks.
Jaxar died and has been replaced by a gnome named Murgatroyd. So
Wow, 2 party members in the span of 20 minutes.
I thought he was going to be Beginold.
Beginold, yes, that's right. Murgatroyd is someone else.
Yeah, so you're on this ledge. You can spot the entrance into the building itself.
Does Gwen follow? Does anybody follow Johnny across the bridge?
Yeah, I'm right behind him. With my bow
Okay.
out and my arrow knocked.
Okay, Jaxar, who is on mute.
Das Mut.
Inside, you can see blood on the floor in several places. You see these sort of hanging tapestries. There's a few packs and like a bundle on the ground behind one of them.
Okay.
A set of double doors, and on the northwest portion of the room, I don't know if anyone can actually see that, but yeah, if you're just walking around outside looking in, you can see some stairs leading up, presumably going up the tower.
Okay, I'm gonna take it to there.
I say we send Johnny in, a la Leroy Jenkins style.
Leroy Jenkins.
Funny thing you should mention that, because here he goes.
I'm gonna push him in.
No.
I'll push him in with my staff and say,
No, we don't
"Hey,
have
Johnny,
time for
no
this.
guts, no glory."
Wait.
Oh.
The thing is, Jax, Joseph, part of his background, he's part Johnny Bravo, part Leroy Jenkins, part Thor. So yeah, he's already going in.
No.
Oh yeah.
You mean movie 1 Thor?
Yep, that one.
As you walk in, a shimmering apparition of a man appears.
Okay.
He is wearing a toga and has a circlet around his forehead.
Move back.
Very conspicuous. In fact, seemingly larger than it would have been if this represents a person that was alive once. Seemingly larger than it would have been is a ring upon his finger.
Okay.
On his left pinky.
Okay.
And he's wearing sandals, toga, circlet, and the ring.
Wait a minute.
And
he's transparent?
He's semi-translucent. You could kind of see through him, but there's some substantialness to him.
I look at him.
Hold on, is this the same thing we saw in the temple?
It's similar, actually, yeah.
What the fuck is this doing here?
I look at the apparition and say, "We mean you no harm, but if you visit some on us, you will regret it."
He speaks to you in Almani and says, "Why are you here?"
I look over at Althea and say, "Why are we here?"
Do you know Almani?
No.
It's like, I was like, "Does anyone speak what this guy's talking about?"
Gwen will shake her head.
Well, since he's not using a common language, I will speak to him in Breton. And I'll repeat the same thing I said before. We mean you no harm, but if you try to visit it upon us, you will regret it.
In Almani, he says, "Why have more peasants come to this keep?"
Calling us peasants, guys.
Are you speak this language?
If my rusty Almani is doing me any good, he's asking us why we're here.
We're looking for a cure.
No, the cure's not here.
Then why are we here?
Because you ran in here.
Oh yeah.
We just need to go through. We need to get across the we need to keep going west. Jaxar, can you tell this guy that?
Yes, in my in my piecemeal money, I'll tell this apparition that we're heading west, and we need to get through this of some sort.
He says, he returns, I will tell you the way, but you must remove the rot.
That's what we're. Oh, sorry.
All right, guys. He's gonna make us pull a mission first.
What does he want?
He wants us to remove something he calls a rot.
Is
That's
the
my
rot
L money.
Okay, hang on.
Rushes back into my brain.
If the rot is what he wants us to remove, we have to go find the cure first and then bring it back.
I'll ask the apparition, what is this rot you speak of?
He tells you that the tree of spring is rotted and must be rooted out.
Son of a bitch. Yep,
Language.
that's the rot, guys. Just to bring the tree of spring back to life.
No, that's so the tree of autumn is the one back.
That's right. The tree of autumn is at Bryn Mawr. So
this is the tree of spring, right?
tells us his tree of spring has the rot.
Oh, take us to it. Take a look at it.
Does he know what the cure is?
Does he know what?
As
Does
I'm
he
trying to
know
think of
what
the word for
cure
cure.
is? I'm asking Jaxar to ask.
I'm gonna ask the apparition, what does he know how to cure the tree?
He says just to dig it out and destroy it.
Anybody get that? You were cutting out for me, Jake.
Says to dig it out and destroy it.
Get out and what? Is that me?
Dig it out and
Dig it out and destroy it.
Oh,
dig
I
it
heard
out.
you guys perfectly. Dig it out and destroy.
Yep. Yep. That's
All right, guys. We need to dig up this tree of spring and destroy it.
What
Let's
about
go.
hang on, Johnny.
What?
I don't
What?
think you know about the creature that the mayor told us about. Apparently there is some creature, some vine creature that's taken up residence here. We don't know what it is or how powerful it is.
Is it in our way?
I don't know that.
Well, let's go find out.
Apparition, what can I call you?
And Johnny keeps walking straight through the apparition.
Johnny, stop! Please.
He says, I am Herzog Bambach.
Herzog Bambach.
All right, HB. Where is this tree of spring?
From your military days, Herzog is like a duke.
God, I don't know why you're cutting out for me, Jake.
He's a duke.
Let me disconnect and reconnect real quick.
Yeah, he said Herzog means duke.
Sock. Okay.
It also means asshat. So.
Wow.
Duke Bamba. All right, so you're a DB.
Wow. So when you ask him where, he waves his hand towards the double doors, and they open up.
Yay! The doors in front of me just opened up. Awesome.
Can you see him there? Oh, well, there's some light. As you walk in, you notice there's shrubs all about this room. On the columns, there are sconces with light coming out. There's the specter follows you through and sits upon the chair that's on this raised area.
Okay.
and behind him there's a portcullis that is down and closed.
Can we see through it?
Yeah, you can see through it, but we're going to be going into initiative now.
No, wait, what?
God.
Awesome.
Okay, what's through it though?
Yes, 2. Awesome.
Oh, Jesus.
See, Tara, it's not just you.
Oh fuck!
Oh my God.
What?
I am Groot.
No.
I don't like this.
So as you move through, all of the shrubs begin to move and come at you with a, seemingly anger. Let's see who's not on there. Looks like Jackstar.
So I'm gonna yell at Jackstar and say, "Fire! Fire!"
I did
fire,
my initiative.
It didn't go to the tracker for whatever reason. I just added it. It's fine. Like you don't need to roll it.
What is this 2.12 that Johnny has?
I don't know why I have a .12. I really don't. I didn't put that on there, but yeah, I get a little bonus to my initiative. It's a .12 initiative bonus.
To do with breaking ties, I believe.
Yeah, but no one else has
Awesome.
it for whatever reason. I don't know why that happened.
I don't either.
If someone had rolled a 2, you would have done that much better.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have been first. That'll make it Althea.
Dear God.
Oh, gee, thanks. So much.
I just mean there's so many of these damn shrubs.
Fire! 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 You
And
have
you're right
fire.
there.
Yes. Oh yes.
And you're with me on this. Language.
Just hang on a minute.
I already said it.
Okay, why don't I have any spells in here? I'm supposed to have like 2 level 1 spells and I don't have anything listed. Damn it.
Go to your spells tab.
There's
Nothing?
none listed. That's
I don't have. Wait a second.
That sucks.
That is my spells tab. Yeah, I don't have anything listed. Fantastic. Okay.
Did you populate them? No.
Apparently not, because we didn't discuss that.
Shade.
Son of a biscuit. Okay.
Mm,
Hack and slash. Hack and slash. So, yeah, hacking it the one that is closest to me. So that would be that one. That guy. Hack and slash. Do. Why is that?
Phenomenal.
Sorry, I hit the
Oh,
wrong
no.
thing.
Oh man,
we
no,
go.
it's late on that.
Hey,
Yep, that will hit.
sweet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You give it a mighty slash, and it falls to the ground in. Why is my number block's not up? Falls to the ground in lifeless timber.
Okay.
Yay, love this timber.
Do you want to move?
Yes, I'm going to move here. Is that going to provoke an attack from either of these guys? Since I'm
No.
heading towards them to attack them?
No, it's not.
Okay.
That'll make it Gwen.
All right, I don't like this, but I gotta go here.
All right. The one next to you will swipe at you.
How? It's dead.
It misses.
Yay!
This one.
Oh no.
Oh,
you
that
moved
one.
away from.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shoot it.
Gotcha.
You shoot the one you just moved away from.
Yes.
That will hit. All right. The arrow smashes through and it falls to the ground lifeless. Oddly, you notice that the arrow didn't root it in place.
Yeah, I didn't think it would.
It doesn't work on plants, just mechanically, FYI. Do you do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna step back this way.
That'll make it Jacksar's turn.
I have 1 spell left from the day before, right?
Um,
You probably
you
have
guys,
all
you have all of your spells.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought we'd had a rest.
I'm gonna do burning hands. Oh no, let me do magic missile. I'm sorry. Can I take that back?
Nope, it's
Yeah.
like chess. You let go, it's yours.
So you get 3 magic missiles.
Yeah.
You notice
And I'm
that
gonna
the other attacks they look not very healthful
right,
based on the attacks that you've seen so far.
right, so I'm gonna attack the one to my immediate left, and then the two up and to the left from me.
Okay. All right, so we'll just go in that order: the one to your immediate left, and then the next one up, and the next one. All right. You kill 2 of them, the top 2. If you move away from this guy, you'll draw an attack of opportunity, but you do have your move left.
Yeah, I am gonna move.
Okay. All right.
On top of his dead friend.
Yes. So it rakes its, branchy arm across you, across your chest. I'm dealing 5 damage to you. And they will descend upon Johnny and Althea.
Awesome.
Joe,
Cleave.
Got
to
something
remove
better.
that 5 hit points, you can click on your token, and then on the red circle where it says 12, click that and go -5.
I don't want to.
So the 2 that are flanking Johnny will attack him. With advantage. What is your AC? 18?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, only 1 hits. It claws you for 5, and then the other 3 that don't have advantage, 1 will strike you for an additional 2. So 7 total.
Okay.
And then the 3 on Althea, none of them have advantage, and only 1 will hit for 5 damage.
Jacob.
I'm not. It's not my fault. I rolled max damage on 3 of the 4 attacks that hit,
Holy crap.
It's all good.
and that'll make it Johnny's turn.
Okay, we're going with Word of Radiance. I brandish my holy symbol of the anvil embossed upon the gear cog.
Mhm.
Call upon the might of the remaker, and I blast these things with radiant damage. They need to do a DC 13 saves.
That is 2 saves. The first 2, so that's the top 2, and then the other 3. It's half damage, or is it no damage if they save?
If they save, it's no damage.
Okay.
Everybody else takes damage. So roll d6 3 times.
No, you did the 16.
Okay.
I mean, I would take that. It's a max, right? Yeah.
I'm taking it. So yeah.
All right. 3, as you brandish your holy symbol at them, you watch as the vines sort of spring apart into constituent like twigs and sticks and fall apart.
Okay.
As
Without
unmade.
I'm moving there, so I'm still in their threat range, but I'm no longer flanked.
Correct.
Actually, I'm going to move there. I'm still in threat range, but not flanked.
And this guy gets an attack of opportunity.
Yes, he does. I forgot about that. Damn it. Oh well, I'm good.
He misses.
Yay, putts.
And that'll make it Althea's turn.
Sorry, and I'm over here trying to add spells. Core. How many are in range? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, because I've got the 10-foot range. Damn it! I wish I had cleave. All right. I'm gonna smite that guy. Or attempt to.
Is that a spell?
No. I'm sorry. You're gonna hit it with my halberd.
Okay, I was like,
There we go. All right.
these guys seem to be going down pretty easy. I don't know. If
Presumably
I can
that
spell.
hits.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah,
Fire
that'll
slashing.
kill.
Okay. And I am going to move back.
Okay, that'll draw attacks of opportunity from these two.
Both of them, yeah.
Yep.
Shit.
They don't hit.
Okay.
And that'll make it Gwen's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna
that's-
shoot at this one. Oh.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because I'm already.
I dragged my character sheet so that I can't. Oh no. I can't.
What did you
there,
do?
There it goes. Back on the struggle bus. Okay.
Sounds like calamity just happened.
Oh god. Well, I was gonna shoot at this one. Oh god. What is going on? Here, this one.
That will miss.
Yeah.
Do you move or do anything else?
Nope. Well, I guess I didn't see that one actually, so I guess I'm here now.
All right. That'll make it
That's fair.
Jackstar's turn.
I'll shoot at the one that I wounded before.
Oh yeah. The fire engulfs him and leaves basically nothing left as it burns him up.
Done here.
And what that means in game terms is that it did half damage more, so it did 10 instead of 7.
Nice.
All right. These two step over their fallen comrades and claw at Althea. Neither hit, and the one remaining next to Johnny's claws Johnny for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Making it Johnny's turn.
I'm going to hit this guy with my mace and activate Searing Smite as a bonus action. Because I can do that all day.
Funny, that was the spell I was I'm in the process of trying to add.
Of course, I'm going to miss, so that's a different thing.
Yeah. Okay. Do you move or do anything else?
No, I'll stay where I am.
That'll make it Althea's turn.
All right. Targeting this guy. Wait a second. Where's my thingy? That guy.
Okay.
Do. Yes.
All right. Yeah, that'll strike him.
Nice.
Man, why did you ever let me roll for you?
Because I was driving at the time.
Holy moly.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot this one. Or try.
I guess I could.
Yeah!
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that'll kill that one. It's just one next to Althea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll leave one remaining blight creature, and it's Jackstar's turn.
It's a blight creature?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. All right.
Nice.
Nice.
I think his twig father felt that one.
A little bit.
It's
Nice.
totally disintegrated. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove another one from elsewhere on the map. Just no,
Damn.
there aren't any more of these.
Or are there?
Ooh.
Well, now there aren't. No.
You know,
yeah, so
in Almani, I'm going to ask the Duke what the unprovoked attack was all about.
he says the rot runs deep.
Those of us who were hit by those things, are we now infected?
I'll
You
relay
can,
that to the Duke.
You can inspect your wounds if you want.
Please.
Sure, make a intelligence medicine check. So if you have proficiency in medicine, you can add it to your intelligence check. The Duke responds that Havlock over in some random place is like, I think I know.
That's funny.
Well, because you're still down at the bottom of the screen.
I know I can't get it.
Ambach will tell you that the last soldiers that came weren't assaulted by them, so he doesn't know. They weren't here.
These creatures weren't under your command?
Says no, they are of the tree and for the tree.
Wait a minute, the soldiers didn't fight these things?
Nope. He said that the blight creatures came after the soldiers left.
Assuming that Jaxar is translating this.
You're breaking up bad.
Breaking up.
Me?
You.
You, Gwen. You, Kristen. Is that medicine +3 for Johnny or for Havlock? I thought that was. I would figure
That's
that was
Johnny's.
Johnny. Okay.
That's Johnny's. It's just crediting to Havlock because that's the avatar that's down there.
Hey, I think with that reset, your webcam just came back on because I can see it glowing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's my husband, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'll call you Graybush.
Don't get personal.
So, to the Duke, I think you'll agree we're worthy of the task. Now show us to the tree.
Show me to the good berry bush.
He points through the portcullis. He says, the soldiers took the key.
Great. Our rogue just left.
Yeah, is anybody adept in lockpicking or?
He wasn't adept in lockpicking, so you're fine.
Can we examine the portcullis? Like, how does it work?
Hang on a minute. Let me take a look at it.
Well, I'm looking at it too.
It's 7 metal bars that are vertical.
Broken?
They're not broken.
So 7
would it-
bars that are what?
Vertical. They go up and down.
Okay.
Would it be too heavy to pick up with my magic hand?
Yes, it'd be too heavy for the magic hand. There's
Magic hand could only do like 10 pounds.
a wheel attached to the wall here, but it is locked in position if you try to turn it.
Okay. Well, there's a door. There's a door here.
Let me check.
Yep.
Let me check it with my smith. Can I use my smith tools to try and unlock the lock on the wheel?
No, you don't see any obvious way to remove the lock itself. You could remove the whole wheel.
That wouldn't help.
Yep, there's a door there, and there was a staircase leading up in that first area.
Would you guys like to go?
Well, we're over here. Let's go. Let's go through the door.
Guts, no glory.
You open the door, and there is just a pile of debris and broken shit all over it.
There's broken stuff in here.
As you enter the room, they start to pull together and combine, and standing in front of you is a creature made of debris.
Wunderbar. Gwen's heard that somewhere
He
before.
looked like this.
What the?
And
Dear
he
God.
looks like he wants to smash you with his junk arms.
I don't
So
like
we're
that. I
back in initiative.
feel like that's one of the things that can't be critical.
Why am I not in the room? Wait, I can see this gigantic. Okay, there we go. Holy.
I don't know why my initiative rolls aren't being sent to the tracker.
Althea,
can't
you're all
see
the way over
anything.
there. Yeah, you gotta.
19.12.
Oh,
You would
okay,
need to
so
click
this.
on your token first.
Okay.
Yeah, my token says everything in front of me is dark. I can't see a blessed thing right now. So
Everything in front of you is what?
everything beyond the oh check that out. I got a crit. Yay, now I
Yeah.
can see stuff.
Althea.
Tara, we're north of you.
Yeah, you're not in the right place.
North of you? North what?
Yeah,
Scroll up there.
Shit. Okay.
I assumed you
I
would
went
have
the wrong
moved with
direction.
them.
What?
I assumed you would have went over to the door at least with them.
Presumably, yes.
If you want to put yourself up behind Gwen.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. It is Althea's turn.
Get him.
And I'm seeing this thing and it looks like it's made of metal?
It looks like a pile of junk that has formed into a man-shaped creature.
Alright.
It has a teddy bear for a face.
It has a teddy bear for a face?
Yep.
Okay,
And it
Gwen is
is-
in my way, so I don't think I can move through her, and I definitely don't think I can move through Johnny. So
Yeah,
javelin.
you can move through. You can move through them if you want to.
Oh, I just pitched a javelin.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Hey,
As Jacob likes to remind me, we are not 5x5 amorphous blobs.
Yeah.
okay.
Johnny
Okay.
might be.
Then if we are not 5x5, then I'm going to move over here.
Language.
The javelin sinks deep into the creature. The teddy bear face scrunches in pain and moves forward and tries to bash Althea.
Bash me? After I have moved?
Yeah, he just hit it with a javelin.
Oh, okay.
He misses.
Does Johnny get an attack of opportunity since it moved right into his threat range?
No,
It's when it
no
moves
attack
out
roll.
of the threat range, honey.
Fine.
Like 30 or 40 life. Jesus.
And that'll make it Johnny's turn.
All right. I'm going to cry in my soup because I didn't heal myself. And then I'm going to heal myself.
And then Havlock is gonna do something.
Yes, he is. Guys, give it up already. Come on.
I don't see anything on the chat.
I can't. You didn't do anything.
Yeah, it just says Havlock.
Yeah, I understand that. For some reason, it's not rolling dice.
Okay, maybe I can.
Oh, that's weird.
How very dare it.
Well, I can see the chat box moving up, but yeah, it's not rolling any dice. It's just blank. I wonder if it's because his token's not on the field, or it's been removed from the game.
Okay, try again.
Well, no, because Johnny
Nope.
did
Weird.
just fine previously.
I'm trying to roll a 1d8 plus my casting level. Casting ability modifier, which is 3.
Let me.
So go up to the dice on the toolbar on the left. To the left of the map. That
Yeah, got it.
That one there.
Yay!
There you go.
That was
Wait,
different.
what's that for?
I'm not quite sure. Let me try that again.
Is this cure wounds?
Yeah. There we go. So it's 6 plus 3 is 9.
Six plus your wisdom.
Yeah.
So 9.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see something real quick.
Sure.
Womp womp. Yeah, I think clicking
Oh,
Cure
sorry.
Wounds on a spell page
Rats.
just won't do anything for you right now.
Yeah, I need to.
I'll
I need
need
to.
to look into that.
Yeah, I'll look into it too. And then I'm going
Okay.
to move
Are you doing anything else?
there,
Okay.
staying in threat
That'll
range
make
and
it
flanking him.
Gwen's turn.
I am going to take a step back and shoot him. With my bow.
That'll hit.
Yeah. That is sad. But does it at least root him to the ground?
Yeah, he roots to the ground.
Okay, we got 5 minutes to murder this thing, folks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Myrtlate.
Okay. It will turn to Johnny, and Johnny needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay. You watch as all of the armor straps on Johnny's. Well, he's what is he wearing? Chain shirt?
Chainmail, yeah.
Chainmail. The straps and bindings that keep it held in place come undone, and it falls to the floor, leaving you with just your dex to your AC.
Crap.
And then it will be Jaxar's turn.
That sucks.
What
Are you unholy
fucking
garbage?
spell is that?
Yep, that'll get him. That'll burn him. All right. And that'll bring us to Althea.
Holy fuck. Okay. Damn.
Get him. Get him. You got advantage.
I do have. I have advantage. Hooray! That's a damn good thing. Please, please. I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Equal figures.
Of course. But at least it hits. Oh, damn. You got him for good.
Nice.
Nice.
In there.
All right.
Oh man.
Having just been stabbed with a halberd, it turns back to Althea and tries to smash her using both arms. It will miss twice,
Nice.
Hallelujah.
bringing us to Johnny.
All right. Since I got a free shot at the back of its head, I'm going to take that with the mace and activate Searing Smite. I can't hit,
That'll hit.
but I have advantage. That's right. I do have advantage. Yay.
Yay.
So there's the bludgeon. And then
You had a
What just happened?
2
that's right.
for
That's right.
damage.
No, you're right. You're right. I saw that. Sorry about that. So 2 for damage on the bludgeon, and then the Searing Smite had 3 fire damage. And it is on fire for the next several rounds, I believe.
1 minute.
Yeah, next one up to next 1 minute. And if it makes a con save of 13, the Searing Smite will go out. Otherwise, it takes 1d6 fire damage every round. So next,
Okay.
yep, for the next 10
Wanna-
rounds.
I'll make it Gwen's turn.
And I'm going to shoot him with the bow. That's not good.
Nope.
Nope, I'm not. Wait, I don't get advantage? I mean, he's flanked.
No.
He is flanked.
And that'll bring us to Jaxar.
How far can I? I have a long staff. I just don't know. How
You
far I
have to be
can
adjacent.
hit her. I would.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but if I approach him, I'm sure he gets an attack.
No, he doesn't.
No.
So long as you don't step away.
Grenade this guy.
All right.
Woo!
Nice. Spicy.
Oh,
Beautiful.
the teddy bear has been burnt to a crisp, and you smash it across its waist, and it crumples back into the
Filthy garbage.
constituent pieces of debris.
Okay, I'm gonna
Uh,
pick up my
in the
armor
corner,
and
you see
fix
a
it.
chest.
You see a what?
That makes sense. A chest.
A chest. It's a mimic. Stab it.
Okay. Okay, before we open this, guys, can we end it here?
Sure.
Mimic.
Oh no.
No, Kristen knows what a mimic is. Gwen does not,
Okay.
I'm sure.
Oh.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before we do anything else, I need to fix my armor for next game session. So
That's good.
we good, folks?
All right.
Yep.
We could bar the door and rest here.
We could with the mimic.
With the
I'm
Right, guys.
very skeptical of other
Awesome
junk
session.
monsters.
We'll I'll see you next week.
Have a good night.
Thank
Too.
you so much.
All right.
A lot of fun.
Thanks, Jake.
Yep. Later on, guys.
Bye.
Bye.